As the brilliant 404 gender not found in chat points out, yes, the United States has indeed approved a vaccine. Check it out, people. The FDA has cleared the, is it Pfizer? It's, the P really throws me off. I like pterodactyl Pfizer vaccine, and millions of doses will be shipped right away. Now, it's kind of funny, the context here. The accelerated timeline comes after President Trump's chief of staff threatened the FDA's head job if he didn't get it done on Friday. The Trump administration will buy another 100 million doses of the Moderna vaccine. So the a little monkus there, the whole get it out here quickly, bucko. You know, I don't like the idea of vaccines being rushed. There is a discomfort there. However, it does seem like it does seem like this might be the beginning of the end for COVID. It's not rushed. No, not the creation of the vaccine. I mean, the political process around it. Expediency is a good thing. We forget. It's just the Trump administration we don't trust. Now, this vaccine, I do trust. Well, there are multiple vaccines. I'm happy that we are finally getting around to getting over this. The thing that really, really frustrates me, though, is because it feels like all of these... So, hold on. I'm about to say all these brilliant companies, but you know what I actually mean. What I actually mean is all of the brilliant scientists and doctors and engineers who work at those companies. Remember, what produces goods? Labor. These people, these workers, their ingenuity has provided us vaccines in a fraction of the time you would normally expect vaccines to be produced. And that's spectacular. Now, the only thing that bothers me a little bit here is it feels like they're gonna get away with it. And by they, I mean the Trump administration, Bolsonaro, I mean fucking Boris Johnson. They, in the sense of all of the dipshit authoritarian leaders who did nothing to curtail the spread of this virus and are now getting bailed out by the ingenuity of people they wouldn't give a second thought to under other circumstances. Wasn't the first vaccine literally made by like a Turkish, German, Islamic power couple or something like that? These are people that the Trump administration would keep under their boot if they had a chance. But instead, they're saving us. They're saving all our lives. So, yeah, that's the Pfizer vaccine. Yep. So these people, despised by the government, I tell you, Bolsonaro, Boris Johnson, these people also probably not a fan of Turkish, German, Muslim power couples. But instead, we're getting bailed out by them. And it's frustrating to me because it feels like, karmically speaking, even if the vaccine ends up halting deaths around 300, 400,000 in the United States, I feel like the Trump administration morally ought bear the weight of millions of deaths. Because it just doesn't seem fair to me that their legacies should be shored up by the competence of people they hate. I know, yeah, no, karma need not discriminate, and I'm glad that the deaths will stop. Even if I don't like this country, and even if I don't like this administration, and even if a lot of the people who are leading to the spread of COVID in this country, frankly, are so reckless and brazenly conspiratorial about its nature and its lethality that they personally getting COVID-19, I can't say it bothers me that much, but as a country, I'm glad that it's going to be put to an end. Or will it? See, this is the thing. The vaccine is only really going to take effect to the fullest possible extent if enough of us have it. And as you all know, there are a lot of anti-vaxxers in this country. Yeah, about 70%. Enough of us have to have it. Once enough people are immunized, herd immunity really does kick in. Once, 50, 60, 70%. The point is, what's that number? It's like N equals something. It's the replication number for a virus. It's the average number of people you're expected to infect other people with. It's R, thank you. It's the average number of people you're expected to affect somebody else with when you have the virus. The more people are vaccinated, the more that number goes down because people who otherwise would have been infected by your behavior, well, they're immune, so that doesn't happen. And once you get that R number lower than 1, eventually the virus is going to burn out, though it might take a little while. Um, and I mean, that's good, but I have a feeling that COVID-19 is going to be sizzling. It's going to sizzle in this country for a good long while in certain communities. I don't think it's going to sizzle in big cities. Not after a little while. I have a feeling that in big cities, a great many people are going to be vaccinated. But there are communities across this country where I think people are going to be very resistant to taking this vaccine. Even though a lot of these people are Trump supporters, and Trump is trying to get everyone to take the vaccine. Very interesting. I don't know how exactly their priorities run through. Oh, Florida's fucked, by the way. Florida is completely fucked. My mom thinks there are serious neurological side effects. Wasn't there something about the Pfizer vaccine leading to 4 people getting some sort of facial thing? Bell's palsy? That really happened. CDC monitors. Oh, hold on. CDC will monitor for Bell's palsy among Pfizer vaccine recipients, but sees no causal relationship. Wasn't there that one? There were 4 people? After 4 cases were reported among trial participants, though the vaccine doesn't appear to cause the condition. Okay. There were people with severe allergies who had a reaction to the Pfizer vaccine? Nice. Okay, that's good. 4 people is actually below the average for Bell's palsy and Pfizer sample size. Oh, so what you're saying is that the Pfizer vaccine actually prevents Bell's palsy. Well, I'll be sure to spread that on Twitter. Thank you. No. It looks like don't stop. No, that's not true. That's fake news. Don't do that. Oh, so it's a cure. Wow. I think things are going to be fine in some communities and very bad in others. And I really wonder how this is going to play out, because we know that there is a near limitless capacity for people to deny reality when it's staring them down the face. We know that's a thing. We know that's real. People are very good at that. So what's going to happen to all them folks who don't think the vaccine is real, or who think that everyone's just dying of the flu for some reason, and then all of a sudden the deaths just go way down in the areas where people are taking the vaccine, and they stay right high in Florida, rural areas, Appalachia, or all these communities? What are they going to do? What are they going to say? I genuinely don't know. It's pretty fucked. Like, how do you get a population on board with this? This is just a symptom of the larger problem of America being a country which is not capable of taking care of itself anymore, I feel like if the American population was boiled down to a single individual, they would have to be institutionalized, or at the very least given a fucking caretaker. One of the big components of, political theory and economics, and frankly, basically all human behavioral science, is the belief that people attempt to act in their own self-interest, That doesn't mean that they operate perfectly, but an entity acting in their own self-interest is called a rational entity. It doesn't mean they're perfectly, like, they know everything, they have all info, but it means that they can perceive what's around them and they try to act in their own best interest. But I feel like our ability to do that as a country is dying, like, really, really quickly. And at this point, I don't know, like, here's the real question, okay? Which do you think is going to take longer to heal? America from COVID or America from COVID deniers? Which of those two do you think are going to have the longer lasting impact in the fabric of this country? Because I think by far it's the latter. There was a tweet I saw a while ago saying, like, I was looking forward to COVID being gotten rid of, but I feel like my trust in the American people is going to take far, far longer to get over, or to reestablish. It's really difficult. Oh, yeah, COVID's going to be around for a while. And by the way, I'm not making light of the deaths that COVID has caused. Not at all. I'm only saying that, like, this is going to happen again, What's the next public health disaster going to be? We are facing down a risk of more frequent megaviruses from the way we abuse antibiotics. This is a whole thing. I don't think I've ever talked about this on stream, but the basic gist of it is now we have hand sanitizer, everyone takes antibiotics, and most importantly, we force feed antibiotics to cows and shit. Because we keep all these cows together because we want their meat and milk. We keep them all together. We don't want them getting sick, but we keep them packed together like a bunch of cow Tetris blocks. So to keep them from getting sick, even though they're sitting in their own shit and piss, we feed them antibiotics. But the problem is, the more you feed them antibiotics, the more the viruses and what have you inside of them get resistant to them. They evolve and develop and improve. And the inevitable consequence of this is that we're hardening them to eventually attack us. This is something that epidemiologists have been talking about for decades. It's also one of the biggest arguments against the meat industry. Yeah. Oh, sorry, bacteria, not viruses. I apologize. Whenever I'm talking about medical sciences, I'm really working off like fairly limited memory. But yeah, sorry, bacteria. My apologies, not viruses. Not that. By the way, in the context of what we're talking about right here, it makes much of a difference between the two. The point is that there are diseases that are going to rack this world, and it seems like we're not doing anything to meaningfully prevent that from happening, and the next time it happens, we're going to go through the same damn thing again. You realize this could start happening every 5-10 years? Like, what are we going to do next time? Hopefully the next time this comes around, it doesn't get so politicized. That should be the goal. We turn this into a big political fight. Or I should be clear, by the way, the Republicans did. Not we. We didn't do this. Republicans did. The Democrats from day one, and I don't like the Democrats, but fuck me, from day one, the Democrats have mostly just been, let's listen to the scientists, let's listen to the science, let's do what we're told to do, let's give it a fix, okay. The Republicans are the one who turned us into fucking don't tread on me, stand against the government, fuck everything, they're lying, China's lying to you. They turn this into a big political theater issue, and now we can't fix anything. So hopefully that doesn't happen again in the future. Hopefully the vaccine is effective. The more effective the vaccine is, the easier it'll be to argue against these positions in the future. How nice that would be. But I don't think so. And it's just, man, I have a generally positive opinion of humans in general, you know? I think that most of the reason why people are so fucked up right now is because of material conditions that encourage people in power who disseminate media and ideology to lead us down bad roads. I generally think, like, on their own, people are okay, you know? Fundamentally. It's usually external pressures that push us down bad roads. And I am being tested, my friends. The Lord is testing me. Because it would really suck if we end up developing, in all of human history, the most advanced civilization to have ever exist. I don't mean America, just the world. And then it all goes to shit because of something this stupid. Can it at least be something cool and dramatic? You always see that in the apocalypse movies. It's always like a meteor strike or nuclear war because of some cool conditions and the climate change. Well, does it have to be something really dumb and preventable and obvious? What an embarrassing way to go out, you know? We need to make sure, if nothing else, that when the aliens find this husk of a planet, they can write something cool on the tombstone, okay? Because if they come here and they find we all died of a disease we were capable of fighting against, they're like, oh, they all seem to have died of this disease. But all they had to do was stay in their homes for 6 weeks and they could have prevented it. Killed 8 trillion people. That's going to be really embarrassing, okay? We need to stop that. We need to do something about that. Oh, God.